Have you ever stopped to think what it actually takes to get the internet to, well, everywhere? It's not just about some crew digging a trench. Nope, it's about a plan. A massive, incredibly detailed billion-dollar plan. Today we're going to crack open the rulebook, all 528 pages of it. It's the blueprint for one of the biggest, most ambitious digital projects on the planet. Let's get into it.
So this is the central question, right? The one this whole thing is trying to solve. How in the world do you connect 4,400 villages to the internet, many of these places for the very first time? I mean, just think about the scale of that. The logistics are mind-boggling. So where do you even begin?
Well, you start right here with a rule book, a massive 528-page billion-dollar rule book. Officially, it's a request for proposal, or RFP, but this is so much more than a document. It's the strategy guide, the legal contract, and the engineering Bible, all rolled into one. It details everything from the grand vision right down to the exact depth of a single ditch. This is where you start to see just how unbelievably complex this mission is.
All right, so before we dive into all the dense technical rules, we got to ask the most important question of all. Why? Why do this? Because this isn't just some engineering challenge. It's a mission to fundamentally change rural life as we know it. Yeah, this is about so much more than just being able to stream videos. The real goal is to build a digital highway for critical services. Think about what that really means. It means connecting a local health center to a specialist in a big city for telemedicine. It means giving a school access to world-class educational tools. And it means making government services and e-commerce available to millions of people who are pretty much cut off from that digital economy right now.
Okay, so who even gets a shot at building this massive network? Well, the rulebook is incredibly strict. It's basically designed to create this exclusive club of companies that have colossal financial and technical firepower.
Let's just start with the price of admission. To even be considered for a piece of this project, a company needs an average annual turnover of 940 crore rupees. That's over 100 million US dollars. So yeah, this is not a project for a startup. This is a game for industrial giants.
But that huge financial number, that's just the first hurdle. The checklist in this rulebook is designed to filter for pure stability and experience. You need a 5-year track record, a positive net worth, a squeaky clean history with the government. Oh, and you have to have a physical office in the state. And most critically, you have to prove you've got large-scale experience laying thousands of kilometers of fiber optic cable. No faking it till you make it here.
And just in case there was any doubt, the document is filled with these really blunt legal statements. I mean, look at that. The message is crystal clear. Only the most stable, financially sound, and legally spotless companies should even think about applying. The level of scrutiny is absolute.
So let's say a company has the money and the experience. They've passed the test. Now, what exactly does the blueprint demand that they build? This is where we get into the digital grand design for an entire region.
One of the most critical upgrades is a shift from what's called a linear to a ring topology. Think of it like this. The old network is like a single road into a town. If there's one accident, the whole town is cut off. The new design is a ring road, a continuous loop. If one part is blocked, all the traffic just flows the other way. It's a simple change, but it dramatically improves reliability, which is absolutely crucial for these services.
The new network also has to be smarter. It's required to use a technology called IP/MPLS. Now, don't worry about the acronym. Just think of it as a smart traffic management system for your data. It finds the fastest, most efficient route for all the information to travel. And crucially, it can prioritize. It makes sure that a life-saving telemedicine call gets a clear, fast path, while, a movie download can wait its turn.
And what about raw power? This is not dial-up, not even close. The blueprint demands a staggering 1 gigabit per second connection for every single village hub. That's from day one. But what's even smarter is that it's built for the future. The whole thing is designed to be able to scale all the way up to 10 gigabits as demand inevitably grows. It's future-proofed.
All right, building a network is one thing, but making sure it doesn't fail is something else entirely. So how do you guarantee quality on a project this fast? This is where the rulebook really shows its teeth. We're talking about a brutal system of accountability and some really punishing financial penalties.
It's the essential question for any mega project, isn't it? How do you stop contractors from cutting corners? Well, the rulebook's answer is simple: a one-two punch of immense financial pain and radical transparency. The contract pretty much uses time as a weapon. At 15 months, if you've missed your milestones, the financial penalties start. And from there, they don't just grow, they escalate relentlessly. They can climb to a level that could literally wipe out a company's entire profit for even minor delays.
And this is where that obsession with detail becomes punishing. The rules say the trenches have to be 165 centimeters deep. If a contractor is off by just 30 centimeters, that's about 1 foot, they lose a quarter of their payment for that entire kilometer. If they dig it too shallow, they get paid nothing. Zero. There is absolutely no room for error.
So how do you even prove any of this? This might be my favorite rule in the entire 528-page document. The contractor has to video record the laying of every single meter of cable, and each clip has to be stamped with the date, the time, and the GPS coordinates. It creates an indisputable digital trail. You simply can't argue with the tape.
Okay, finally, we've got the project's biggest promise. You see, the contract doesn't end when the last cable is laid. The rulebook demands a 10-year commitment to not just build this highway, but to actually operate it.
The winning bidder isn't just signing up for a 3-year construction job. Nope, they are signing a 10-year contract. This includes a full 7-year period of operations and maintenance. It binds the company that built the network to the responsibility of keeping it running, day in and day out.
And this maintenance plan is anything but vague. The rules get incredibly granular, specifying the exact makeup of the teams that have to be on standby 24/7. This table here, this is just for one of the dozens of required restoration teams. It lists everything from their vehicle and splicing machine down to the number of patrollers they must have on call at all times.
So, there you have it. The machinery of a nation-building project, laid bare in a rulebook. The standards are punishing, the penalties are severe, and the vision is absolutely transformative. A blueprint this detailed can, for sure, build a network. But the bigger question remains: can a set of rules, no matter how precise, truly bridge the digital divide for a generation? Well, that is the billion-dollar question that only time can answer.